You'll get your silence for the first bit.
I can't think of the words, I've got the silence. I don't want the silence in the middle of it.
There's a word crunching going on here.
You have to start. Fire never dies. No glass was red, few words were spoke, it was on the your few words unto a fellow man or comrade shining through. They spoke of deeds their fathers had done, and deeds they had to do. When by the fire an old man sat with hair as white as snow, sat listening with that pensive eye till the tears began to flow. They heard him speak of the three rocks, New Ross and Vinegar Hill, and that name of 98 with pride their hearts did fill. Then from the hob a stone he drew, and from the hole he drew a shining blade with spear-like head above a pointed bow, saying, "Boys, look on your father now, and in his hand you'll see a trusty pike of 98 that fought for liberty. For the three rocks I crossed them first in fight against the Oles. At Owler next I turned its point against my country's foes. From Gory Town unto New Ross it flashed in every fray. Oh boys, that was the glorious fight, but oh, we lost the day. Now many and many is the weary year has come and gone since then. Could I become a man once more, I would do.
Oh, there's one great invention, and it is my intention in song for to mention, so listen a while. Oh, what mighty potential infected suspension, for to carry it with you wherever you stay. Oh, for farthing 'twas made, but would suit any trade, and it comes in three colours of simple design. You can cut it to size if the need arise. This mighty invention they call find and wine. Oh, it may be amusing to find me into ink, the subject I'm choosing in verse and in rhyme. But I think it is scandal that the wheel and the candle have no song to praise them since they were designed. They have talked about engines of great complication, and there are thousands of books on Professor Einstein, but I cannot relate to his complex equations. I'd rather be praising that old Bindertwine. You've held up the builders of Egypt's great pyramids, how they struggled for ages on those steep inclines, and those rocks of great tonnage, who they shifted with courage. They pushed them and shoved them till they were in line. That was the slaves and the labour all chained up together. And with the weight of those chains, sure there must have been crime. but they would have worked faster if only their master had tied them together with light Bindertwine. Excuse my confession that I have made this blessing. I have a confession, it is no lie. Last year on the road between home and Listowel, the old fan bed came over and me wife she did die. But they say from repairing those great complications, a good pair of tight shoes will do it just fine. But my wife didn't have hers on this sad occasion, so I had to replace it with that old Bindertwine. Another dimension of this great invention. It was used as prevention by farmers for gates, and the cows they checked it, and the cows they respect it, and never will cross it for fear of their fate, or for tying in a hound, or for squaring out ground, or for holding up trousers that are in decline. Such versatile uses are widely exclusive to that mighty invention they call Bindertwine.
A gentleman Irish, Myshal, he had a love rich and sweet, and to raise in the world he carried a heart. Now Tim had a bit of the tiddler's way, with the love of the liquor he was born, and to help him on his way, Chéin dropped in the paper every morn. That's your partner around the floor. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans way. One morning Tim was rather full, his head felt heavy which made him shake. He fell off the ladder and he dropped his skull, and they carried him home and marched away. They wrapped him up in a nice clean sheet, and laid him out upon the bed, with a barrel of porter at his feet, and a gallon of whiskey at his head. And your partner around the floor with a bottle. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans way. His friends assembled and away, and Mrs. Finnegan called her up. First she said K&K, then piped tobacco and brandy punch. And the widow Malone began to cry. Such a lovely corpse she had never seen. But your kin would warn me, and why did you die? For you hold your dogs with Ballymitty. What was it now? That's your partners around the floor with their fun of me. I told you lots of fun at Finnegans way. For Mary Murphy got the job. Did she see her on the door? For Billy Peck's got out of the job that left her sprawling on the floor. The Civil War had been engaged. It was woman to woman and man to man. Till there in law is all the rage, and row and eruption soon began. Watch for the down and still curtain around the floor. It's shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans way. He ducked his head, and a bottle of whiskey came. He ducked it, landed on the bed. The whiskey scattered over Tim. He Daddy revised, see how he rises. Finnegan rising in the bed. Then swirl your whiskey around like blazes. Thunder and jizz, you think I'm dead.
Put it on and still partner around the floor, let's have a shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots
of fun at Finnegans way.
Molloy was an Irish boy, he left sweet County Clare. He said he'd go to London for to see the sights were there. For he'd always heard that London was a very pretty place. Well, I didn't say, sure I must go see if that's the blooming case. Oh, Pat shook hands with all the boys, he kissed his Colleen dear. He left the old sod, he did be God, and he never shed a tear. Well, and in the seashore I'll know the thought, if I'll be ever sent up to that mighty place to call the House of Parliament. Oh, when Pat arrived in London, he was taken by surprise, for the sights of that great city fairly dazzled Paddy's eyes. While dodging on quite neatly, meditating to himself, he met with a ragged cockney and a donkey selling delf. Oh, this damned ill-bred cockney wouldn't let poor Paddy pass. He said, speak unto your brother Pat, and he pointed to the ass. Well, indeed, says Thatcher, I never knew that I had a brother here. And turning round he whispered into the ass's ear. While Pat was speaking to the ass, now boys, what did he do? He slipped the pedal in the ass's ear, he did be damned true. The old lass ran mad upset the car, he broke all the earthenware, and the damned old ragged cockney, he ran crazy clear and then. He called upon the tailors for to take poor Paddy in charge, and seized this Irish vagabond, for he should not be at large. Oh, because you English falcon, says Paddy with a smile, she took me for a gnat because I came from Erin's Isle. Oh, Paddy was arrested for to stand his trial next day. He was brought before the magistrate for to see what he could say. Well, I didn't say, sure, no, I'm charged with more than what I did, but I spoke unto my brother, and I did as I was bid. Ah, that's nonsense, cried the magistrate, for you know the ass went mad. Oh, I do indeed, says Paddy, and I'm sorry now be dead. Take careful, cried the magistrate, for I'll have no nonsense here, but come and tell me every word that you whispered in his ear. Oh, that I'll do, says Paddy, your request I'll not refuse, for I've always heard that donkeys are very funny news. I thought I'd say a word or two, the old donkey's heart to cheer, and now I'll tell you every word that I whispered in his ear. Oh, they say that in all Ireland we've had a wrong to redress, for noble gentle Irishmen no longer are oppressed. They've got rid of all the landlords, Ireland to ourselves we have, and when the donkey heard this news, well, by heaven, he went mad. Oh, the magistrate upon the bench, he had to grip his head, for he couldn't stop from laughing when he heard what Paddy said. And turning round to Paddy, then it's a clever boy you are, and for the clever answer I'll dismiss you from the bar.
Your next note and song from the show.
Go
ahead, man. Amazing. Sure, yeah. One morning fair, as I took the air down by Blackwaterside, 'twas some gazing all around me, 'twas the Irish girl I spied. So red and rosy were her cheeks, and coal black was her hair. I took her by the lily white hand, and I said, you are my dear. All for a fair part of the night we rolled in sport and play. Then this young man arose and gathered his clothes, saying, fare you well the day. That's not the promise you made to me when you lay upon my breast. You made me believe with your lying tongue that the sun rose in the west. Go home to your father's garden Go home and cry your fill, and think upon your misfortune that you brought with your wanton will. Oh, there's not a girl in this whole wide world so easily led as I. Oh, the fishes will fly and seas will run dry, and it's then you'll marry I.
Come on.
Young lady, and you'll have servants, It's 7 years since I had a true love, and 7 more since I didn't see, and 7 more I will wait upon him, and if he's alive, he'll come home to me. It's 7 years since you had a true love, and 7 more since you didn't see, and 7 more you will wait upon him. Perhaps this young man you'll never see. If he say, I wish him better, and if he's dead, I wish him rest. But if he's alive, he'll come home to me, for he's the young man that I love best. He put his hand into his pocket, his lily white fingers thinking and small, and out between them he drew a gold ring, and when she saw it, down she fell. He picked her up all in his arms, and he gave her kisses most tenderly, saying, I'm your true love and single sailor that's come home from sea love to Wembley. If you're my true love and single sailor, your face and features seem strange to me, but 7 years makes great alterations on the raging seas between you and me.
County Wexford, there is no other big sea, with charm abounding all o'er it, is Carlow that's dearest to me. By nice scenic road you can travel, round Hayestown ever so fine, round Hayestown, Tunnel and Barron, all Loughlin and sweet Hayestown. And of course you must visit Blackwaterside, aboard for the town of Great Fame. For 3 years it's captured the trophy, sure the county is proud of its name. And other fine sights you may see now. Clonmore has its castle there still. Mount Leinster is beaming on Myshal, and the Dalman stands high in Browne's Hill. And if you have time in the summer to Úrchnoc your rambles someday, to view all the lovely green pastures and the garden crops blooming away. There's boating nearby on the Barron, 'tis a joy rowing out to Knock Bay, then over the deep silent waters by Milford to Graiguenamanagh Bay. And if you enjoy this fishing, you have fine noted rivers to hand, the Barrow, the Barron and the Molloy, the breeze and the Chéin is so grand. So there's one County Leinster, the fairest you ever did see, with charm of founding our Lord, is Carlow that's dearest to me. She is not here of blood and woe, when many an English trooper fell in the Russian trench. Oh, the English troops from them had fled like chaff before the gale, when they heard a dreadful war cry of the sons of Israel. On June the 6th and 20, I did hear an old man say that the battle of Kilcumney was fought and not today. Oh, the rebels, they were routed, but they fought with right goodwill, and there perished many a pikeman that night upon the hill. The summer sun was steady on that bloody afternoon, like Cornish gold it shone upon each helmet. When I mounted English soldiers, they knocked out John Murphy's gate, and the burst the wicket open, no answer would they wait. I were posted outside, and the other four within, but short of it, these bloodhounds made to fire the soon begin. The heathen knocked the women's cry, but struck the ready match. Soon raging blazes mounted high from Rotherbeam and Thatch. All bravest of the rebels who were in the fray that day sought shelter in the barn and lay down in the day. Said the leader of the rebels as he looked out through the door, 9 mounted troopers are without, within were only 4. And many is the time we beat them by, outnumbered 1 to 2. So another blow for Iron Mine, and the door they burst right through. I horses without riders, soon were prancing in the yard. 4 troopers flying whippets were flying fast hard, who reached the shelter of their camp in yonder vale below, like abject ravens fleeing from a brave and dauntless foe. A maiden fair ran from the house, her hair was raven black.
A few senior citizens were at party one evening. They hadn't met each other for years, and they all sat down to a nice hot meal and forgot all their troubles and fears. And then Johnny Kelly started talking of days long ago, and the hardship he used to have then. He told us how he worked as a chap in a place called Malone's of the day. He said Jerry Malone had very high notions, but that was about all that he had. But the wife said that she came from 200 acres and there wasn't a perch with that. Right enough, says Johnny, she had a good deal of money, and that suited Jerry all right. Even though the same woman's face would remind you of a bulldog after losing a fight. So the day they were married, Jerry said to the brother, now Willie, to see, I have a wife, and you should go and get married yourself and have a bit of comfort for the rest of your life. Well, I may be a bit drunk at the moment, Sir Willie, but I'm going to speak out my mind. Before I marry a satyr like that one of yours, I want to be completely and totally blind. Father Daly heard what Willie had said and took the poor man nearly died with fright. He said, I better get those boys separated or this wedding could finish up in a fight. He went over to where the 2 brothers were standing, and Willie says, see, I feel a bit queer. Would you mind coming outside for a minute? It's getting rather stuffy in here. Well, it was down to it that the pair went on the honeymoon, but they came back fairly quick. And you'd see the two of them out walking in the evening and he turned these black corn sticks. They'd have their dinner at haytime in the parlour, but they put me in the kitchen to wait. And I'd say the woman was surely an expert at making a dinner without any meat. They had one bad looking woman named Nancy. She went to England when she was 15. And she came back again after 4 or 5 years as fine a looking girl as ever you see. I can still see her stepping out in the 3/4 of her coat, and the heels on the shoes were 6 inches high. And there was a slit up the side of the little short skirt. And it worked like a magnet for any man's eye. She wasn't home a week in the parish, and she had every man in it gone mad. Nancy was the topic of all conversation, and they forgot about the girls that they had. She was at a travelling show one night in the village, and the showman ushered her into her seat. When Sheamie Dalton paid 2 shillings and got in beside her, he felt the whole world was made at his feet. He had a bag of bullseyes in his hand, and he waited until the lights had gone dim. And then he got a fistful and left them down on her lap. See, maybe it's what it is, one of them. Oh, thank you, kindly, said Nancy. What a lovely surprise. I was always an addict for sweets, and my favourites were always bullseyes. Now you see, the sweets had gone soft with the heat of his hand, and they melted into a soft, sticky mess. And sure, when he left them down on her lap, they stuck like glue to her dress. Poor Sheamie got very embarrassed, and his face got as red as a rose. So the showman saw him trying to pull back the sweets, and Nancy doing her best to keep down her throat. Of course, the showman thought that he had other intentions and told him to get outside the door. He said, until you learn to have manners, don't come near this pet anymore. Poor Sheamie was the laughing stock of the parish. And everywhere that he went, he was always reminded about the bullseyes, and the showman put them up in the tent. Well, Nancy got several proposals of marriage from farmers and businessmen too. But it was Sheamie she chose for a husband, and they were married a month before anyone knew. It was years after that said Johnny when I met him, and he told me the 2 best things he did in his life was the night that he gave the bullseyes to Nancy, and the day that he made her his wife.
At Christmas time, long, long ago, I heard old people say, when tyrant rule was at its worst, from wealth to sway, a valiant priest laid down his life for faith and fatherland, at a place known as Tomhaggard, not far from Linkstown Strand. The year was 1653, when priests were hunted down and murdered without mercy wherever they were found. As Father Nicholas might recall upon his faithful flock, to assist him as the holy mass upon the old mass rock. It was early Christmas morn, the first night day of town. The bright stars twinkled overhead as they knelt upon the ground, not fearing any danger that might have come their way, for they had duty to perform, as this was Christmas Day. When Mass was almost ended and all prepared to go, to reach their homes before the dawn snow out will. As Father Myler raised his hands, his final words to say, God bless and keep you in his care on this grand Christmas Day. Just then a warning voice was heard, there's movement in the glen. Prepare to flee and save yourselves, I fear 'tis Cromwell's men. Pray save the chalice, cried the priest, before you go away. Pray save it from those violent men, you'll need it yet someday. Brave Mrs. Lambert volunteered, the chalice she used. She wrapped it in her apron white, to them she'd never yield. Just then a musket shot rang out, that filled their hearts with fear. The noble priest fell to the ground, no more his voice to hear. They laid him in the old churchyard, where pilgrims come and go. By those holy wells of Anne and James, where healing was slow. The Myler chalice in the church is there for all to see, and cherish with a burning love for all eternity.
Told me as we camped beside the bridge, where the oaks of Hillgrove beckoned to the stars, and the brown owl in the old mill gave his banshee wail again, and the wood fires thumbed their shadows on the tar. I sat there watching upwards while the tinsmith of the tribe scattered stars and crescent moons about the sky, and the pieces white as silver glistened like eternal moons, while the scissors shaped the dipper with a craftsman's steady eye. Sean Gow the blacksmith ruled the forge beside the hazel wood, where four roads meet and mingle like old friends come from afar. But when he saw the tinker tribe pass by the smithy door, the hate blinked in his eye like light from a star. For Gow the smith walked with the maid when April was abroad, and she promised that she would wed him when the fields had lost their green. But Tammy Smith the tinker man came laughing down the road, and when the summer fled the fields, she reigned the tinker's queen. Now the blacksmith should be the friend to men who walk the road for Maid, for with the iron that the blacksmith beats our tinker's horses shod. And he who hates the tinker should make no boast of hate, for the stick the tinkers carry is from ash tree made by God. The bellows hissed through the flames, the iron glowed through red. The blacksmith picked the hammer up and made the anvil ring. A shadow fell across the sparks that flew around his head, and looking up, the blacksmith spied the laughing tinker king. Away from this place, tinker man, I'll pare no hooves for you, and take the road to the next forge while yet your road is good. No shoe I'll shape for men who made the hard iron nails for him who died between two heaps upon a cross of wood. The smile drained from the tinker's eyes like sunlight from a pool, when cloud sheep seek their pastures on the blue sky's airy trail. A liar was your father, God. Your mother reared a fool. 'Twas the blacksmith slew the bellows, and the blacksmith forged the nails. Then face to face they glared their haste within the smithy smoke. The tinker light as a cat, the blacksmith broad as a bull. The muscled arm raised aloft, the hammer swung and missed, and the ash plant cracked its leaden butt into the blacksmith's skull. Ah, there are men who love the wind, and men who love the rain, and men who hate the slate roof until the day they die. The white road ribbons through their dreams, and turns and calls again. Not for them, the prisoner's cell and the barred patch of sky. Oh, 5 years to bid an army up, to burn and waste and slay, and 5 could tear a city down that's higher than the stars, and 5 could take the mind of man and mould it to rich clay. But 5 can make, 5 too can break behind the prison bar. The big gate closed behind the king. The grey fog hugged the street, and muffled by the lowered sky, the sullen city roared. His home was south. He headed west with quick, impatient feet. He travelled on. He spoke to none. He sought his tribe no more. He built his fire beside the stream when Christmas blessed the hills. His company, the brown owl's hoot, the sullen raven's crow, the patter of the donkey's speech, came towards him from the east, a bearded man who bore a staff, a woman in a cloak. He gave them bread while there they sat beside the leaping fire. The hurt that burned his tired brain unravelled one by one. Now, do you know, if long ago 'twas smith or tinker man that forged the nails for him who died against the Eastern sun. All wistful grew the woman's eyes. Not smith nor tinker rude, but he who harms the widow's child, that is by angels blessed, or turns away with empty hands the poor man from his brood. He forged the nails for him who lies in peace upon my breast.
There is today around this land a most unhealthy fad, inspired by neighbour Uncle Sam, promoting all that's bad. With eating soggy burger buns and half one pile of stones. These all in right and left and front bands are the days overgrown. This all fashionable stuff is all the go as we go by go. With stainless steel at every meal and tables in neat rows. Kebabs and burgers thick with grease go sliding down your throats, whilst the pizza kings and king and rings have growing body blows. Now you will find, as I remind, that in many of these stalls, the toxic smell of burning oil upon your senses falls, whilst beneath your feet upon the street, quite plainly to be seen, are the remains of smugs and cardboard tubs and made that starving green. Now it is a pleasant pastime, if you have the time to spare, to stand a while at such a place, all far to gawk and stare. and to observe your neighbours with their bellies full of stout, crying to burgers there, thou beckless bear, one with and one without. Like hurlers just outside. Oh, Ireland, mother Ireland, what has become of you? Give us back our pots of paddle and our bowls of Irish stew. You replace our reckless muscles with means of rolling fat. By eating stuff that dear enough you wouldn't feed your cat. Oh, MacDonald Moore, a curse on you. Now there we go. Will go. For the increase in obesity from eating your old dough. Oh, pizza hut and burgerland, you brown with my step ways. On you I blame this overtime composed of flour and base. So from all you healthy Irishmen, do not make these mistakes. For life preclude fast food exclude, don't forget your hairy bacon. And you must chew raw turnips too, in your colon they won't lie. For if you do not, it will be your lot to come down and die.
And I heard his rebel, I pray that he shall hit me now and above. For Rome is the valley, and around the old homestead is standing living his money as a day. For the young and young money, not around it so free, and Levi's fighting for freedom, so dear. For the God the fight at the hands of the Scripture, the guns and music against us before. For the God in the fight, and the rebels were raging, and he might make faith and his nation once more. For the soldier with the rifle, with his horn gun and something, no search for young Harry, they came from all sides. When the captured his body, it was like a sun bleeding, the body down. The 70 young God is then, console him the sound of his funeral party, oh, bearing bird and rebels so bold. And sad was the scene that we carried his coffin left off in the flight, all the green white and gold. No breeze can be blessing, no short silver ringing, no prayers from the faithful, all as for his rest. But the tears from his mother, his sister and brother, fell down on the green sod, all in on his rest. Then sleep, my sleep, until freedom is with you, you're raving, Hannah will honor someday. For your faithful old comrades shall never forget you. Don't sleep, my sleep, is the prayer that we pray. On a summer's morning, your brave eyes hold the direct day, and the bloody yeomen and ancient Britons on Shreve on Hill, fresh over the bay. They thought we'd run
And we saw them coming, but that was brave for our heroes' way. We marched before them, to Paddy, there is the place where we met our graves. We marched before them, to Paddy, to the little washhouse, gone towards Carlow. There is the place where we did engage them, such other fighting you never knew. We left the town when the fight was over, our boys indeed had no more to do. We crossed right well, marched through Molloy and camped tonight upon Carrygrove. Early next morning, by captain's orders, 'twas through Sheamie we did march straight, and that same evening at Ballymitty gave Major Sheamie a great defeat. The hunter found the day he joined them, he called his men and away they run. Like a hunted fox, sure he crossed the rocks when he heard the sound of a crappy gun. The hunter gone, the day he joined them, he called his men and away they run. Long Smith the slater, the bloody traitor, he fell that day by a crappy gun. Success attend you, brave County Wexford, you're there the boys that were not afraid.
Good man, Mhic.
All a bloody yeomen, our ancient Britons, 'twas on whose bodies great slaughter made.
Day of November in 1890, we launched our boats and put to sea from Green. The northwest wind began to blow as night began to fall. The fishermen being high to sea at the mercy of it was in that sad and fearful hour each man he chose. But all our efforts were in vain. We could not make it show. We sat and watched the fading hills that smiled behind the fall. Better you to him the banner and the friends we had. Our boats being small and brave all were unable the time looks fast, so in the name of God, our friends we must condemn. We saw them kneel and pray to God as their boats were turned their cars. And one by one we got a fearful way our every our skipper John was a bleeding ground that swept the bright side. Sing, boys, don't lose your courage until the moon rise. The hours drag by and the stars they die. Our hopes return. In the pale moonlight, the starry night, in a velvet we reach the shore of morning, with her families and on their faces we could see the look of despair of the 7 boys. Only one returned, the story far to tell. Let it rest in peace, those fishermen, the ones we
You're bad and fine, I'll see that man, yourself divine screen. All far from home, and all to roam, far apart I pray, that around Killy where I spend some happy days. Shall I ever stray by the washing bay you wear the county? I'll cast my line on an evening fine on the green bank of Mount Chéin. Shall I e'er behold Chéin's castle bold, or gaze the Martyr? Shall my card ever land on the banks of the Bann, on the islands of all the friends I have in America have all of their hearts defined, and their pockets filled with dollar bills and dressed in the grand of time. They traded all for one country boat beside the old Hayestown, in a cottage near Loch Ness, oh dear, in my own, my native home. Ah, but since alas, long years I was past, I had told this lovely isle that charter long on this land of song, the star of peace may shine, may plenty bloom from the mountain too, where the shamrock yet may grow. Greet o'er my grave by Loch Ness wave and the old rock of our soul.
valiant of the Corsican, as ever spawned in Europe's hand. I'm inclined to sing his praises, so noble was his heart. For in every battle man believed, he hoped to gain the victory. And to the world that terror was Napoleon Bonaparte. At Waterloo, that fatal June, it caused Napoleon when he saw the troops of Grouchy, it brought terror to his heart. It was there upon that fatal day he was foreseen like a buzzsaw that's been weaved, was Napoleon Bonaparte. And Mary Louise are running with all day or night she seldom slept, for she could find no rest for to ease her aching hand. Where is my emperor? She cried. I'll speak at home and cry. Oh, Grouchy and praise Napoleon. In the great city of Barron, they did erect the monument on Martyr Chéin, the ashes of his life, and every Frenchman passing by respectfully For to say it is a lovely land where a prince might dwell. Oh, why did you now abandon it? Now resign to go tell. Oh, son, my love, my native land, which till the blight came over all my crops, to my sheep and alive. My rent and kindness were paid, I could not then redeem, and that's another reason I left off. Oh, well, why remember fear of my second career? When the landlord and the sheriff came, for the drive was all away. For the sins of house on fire, with the dairy spleen, for that's another reason. Now I let all oh, your mother too, the Lord rest her soul,
fell on the snowy ground. For she fainted in her Irish, seemed the vessel airs around. For she never rode but fell away from right to Kilkenny. And she found that by grey by the old and now you are 2 years old. I could not leave you, my friends, as you bore my father's name. So I wrapped you in my coat of more at the dead of the street and sea. And I bid goodbye, carry on. Oh, Father, never the day may come. An Irishman with Finnegans will once your call. For I'll be the man to lead the band, we make them
and revenge masquerade. We raise the cry, revenge for Skibbereen.
On that note,
Sure to see how trade was going here. By Paddy's the rambling Irishman, I was forced to leave my home. I left my sweet Dungannon boys, where I spent my youthful days. Where I whistled, fought and wrestled in the county of Tyrone. The landlords and the times were bad, to reap the harvest of I went. I saw my birthplace level show there I could no longer stay. So with my switch and reaping hook, I gave a sad and farewell look. Then I wandered over to Scotland, boys, to reap and mow the hay. I scarce had landed in this place when I got employment there and then to reap the fields of barley with about a dozen more. There were lads from Leeds and Lancashire, from Birmingham and London town, but I thought me heart was breaking and I'd me dreamed of Barron show. Now breakfast time came round at last, and every man threw down his hook, and went up to the barn there to have his morning meal. I had no money, I had no rope, for to get them both it was a job. But I thought it better to work on fast than to rob and go to jail. This thought had scarcely crossed me brow, when the farmer shouted capital loud. Come on up, man, and get your fill, for I know you're far from home. Far from your own little shamrock shore, come meet your fill and say no more. But stay with me a week or two, while we're bringing in the hay. His only housemaid was his niece, a wee Scots lass about 16. She was neat and small and comely eye, and her eyes shone like the stars. Her father, he was a soldier bold, that ever did a rifle hold. But he lost his life for fighting in the 1914 war. So it's as we say in Ireland, we'll gather up and have a dance. And I told her pleasant stories of my green isle far away. We went and got the old boys consent, straight to the clergy, then we went. And while the sun was shining, boys, sure we were drinking tea. Now I think I'll go back to Ireland, for I long to see the old spot again. It's now I sing the praises of my green isle far away. And I'll take my Scots lass along with me, I'll dandle our youngster on my knee. But once a year I'll Scotland see, when we go to Molloy.
Sun was setting on a bright meadow on Shelton of a red hand. That the hair blazing and it brought those neighbors from far and near. Oh, then Father Murphy from the low Kilcumney spurred up those rocks with a warning cry for our army cry. I have come to lead you for Ireland's freedom with my we led the sun against the coming soldiers and the cowardly yeomen we put to flight. It was at the Harrow that the boys of Wexford showed out his regiment, how men could fight. Oh, look out for herring, King George of England, search every kingdom for that priestess Maid, for that Father Murphy from the County Wexford, sweet sword and laugh like a mighty wave. On a pleasant city, our hero bravely does hide to hide. But the old hollow, they took Father Murphy and burned his body upon the right. God grant you glory, great Father Murphy, and hope in heaven to all your land. All that cause you may have tomorrow in another fight for
Can we have a lament from Kilkenny?
I can't really want to sing the Rose of Womankind now.
A lament from Kilkenny.
Jim Nolan.
Let's order now, that's Jim Nolan.
Hold on.
That thing's still on.
It's running this time. I got overtook the excitement there.
I've been asked to do this one here with this gentleman here from Wexford, which I can't refuse the man. It's about, it's comparing the young people of today and what they were 40 years ago. And it's entitled The Youngsters Going to the Dance. The other night the youngsters were going to a dance, and I said that I'd try and compare with the days of my youth when we done the same, so we sat there and watched them prepare. Now there was no such thing as asking permission. That's not done anymore. But I remember my sisters at home and they'd be asking for 3 weeks before. And after being told all the rules and regulations, I heard them again and again. And the last thing they were told before leaving the house, be sure to be back here at 10. But now it's near midnight before they begin to get ready. And then the rushing would start. By the time they'd be finished and ready to go, they'd have every room in the house pulled apart. One of the girls came into the kitchen. She said, Mammy, what will I do? My hair wasn't washed since last Tuesday and the lads have used all the shampoo. She said, I'll soon tell you the way I used to wash it, but I suppose you're too grand for that anymore. We'd get a good lump of soap and a basin of water for the tub that was outside the door. And that time, I can tell you, we had reason to watch it, but things are different now. What would you do if you're making by hand and your head twice a day against the window? And then one of the lads had a new electric razor. He just stuck it into the wall. He had himself shaved in a minute and he used no water at all. And I thought of the first time that I shaved with the cutthroat, there was blood all over the place. After shearing the heads of the pimples, they were dotted all over my face. I remember my father going into the kitchen. It was the first time I heard him use the note. He said, what under God has come over you? Is there someone after cutting your throat? Then they were talking about this great band that was coming to play, Mickey Rock or something that said was his name. He was known all over the world for his music with TV and radio fame. And when they told me how much he was charging, I nearly died with the price. They thought he was reasonable enough at £800 for the night. And I thought of God was lost long ago, how we danced to the grand Irish tunes, when he Curry played the accordion and Mhic came on the spoons. For the jigs and the reels and the centuries, no better men could be found, and God knows they weren't hard on the money. They often played all night for pounds. Later on, I happened to be outside for a minute when this long-haired courier drove me to the yard. You'd swear it was on the Nace road he was driving, either that or being chased by a guard. He was surely doing 70 coming up to the door, and he had to jam on the brakes to pull up. And the elbow stuck out in the middle, and the blade sure sign of a foot. In my time, I can tell you he wouldn't go to the yard. Don't want to dream of the night. You'd meet her half a mile away from the house and take her on in the bar at the bite. And the next morning, at daylight, I thought I heard a cow calf in a little field at the back of the house. And I got out of the bed as quiet as I could and I crept down the stairs like a mouse. And when I opened the door and looked out in the yard, I never got such a surprise when I saw the couple and then smoking away right into my eyes. All you could see was the tops of their heads and the people out of my right stood in the hall. As much as to say it was none of my business, I shouldn't be watching it. You know, I never went out to look at the cow. So I'm thinking since I should, I just turned on my heel and went back up to bed and left her calf in the best way. And when I told the missus what was going on, she said, isn't this country gone to a terrible pitch? Actually, she has got from the having such comfort. All we ever had was the ditch. She said, anyone would think to hear the like of you talking that you never done the like in your life. Forget what's going on outside of the yard and get back into bed with your wife.
For she stands 6 foot 4 in her stocking, and her waisture of mine would make 3. And whenever I'm standing beside her, sure me elbow just reach to her knee. And Patsy McCann will marry me daughter. Oh, Patsy McCann, she's the girl to well. 10 golden sovereigns done I will give you, a 3-legged stool and a fine feather bed. St. Peter, St. Paul, St. Patrick, and all the pictures that hang on the wall, and before the morning to the bargain, if you marry me, daughter-in-law. I know marriage to Bridget Hogan, and she's mine now for better or worse. Instead of the blessing she brought me, it appears to be more like a curse. Oh, she kicks me and she boxes me and she bites me and she ties me this I'll run away. And me 6'4" beauty is the caution, and her own one was one today. Catching me can, you marry me daughter. Oh, catching me can, she's the girl to wear. 10 golden sovereigns down I will give you, a 3-legged stool and a 5-feather bed. St. Peter, St. Paul, and St. Patrick, and all the pictures that hang on the wall. Not to swallow all into the bargain, if you marry me, daughter-in-law.
I want no gold, my maiden fair, to do a true man's part. To free my land I would gladly give the red drops from my heart. We are the boys of Wexford, who fought with heart and hand, to burst in twain the golden chain and free our native land. We bravely fought and conquered at Rochestown's Wexford town. 3 bullets yet for years to come will be done for fame and renown. And if for want of leadership we lost at Bindertwine, we're ready for another fight, and we love our island still. We are the boys of Wexford, who fought with heart and hand, who burst in twain the golden chain and free our native land.
Darling, as I cycle into town, me front wheel it was wobbling and me mudguard falling down. The 2 legs of me breeches was tied up with Bindertwine, but the pension book kept telling me a pint would soon be mine. Ah, how are you, Mr. Murphy, said the postal clerk to me. Not so bad, says I, for a man of 73. But the fox came to our house last night, and he stole my only duck. Buy a lottery ticket, man, it might just change your luck. I took the little girl's advice and I gave to her £1. Outside I scratched me ticket with a penny I had found. Sure, I nearly went hysterical and the sweat came on my hair when I realised that I'd become a bloody millionaire. No more hay or corn to save, no more feeding cows. One kick from me big boat and the old bike was in two halves. I headed for the local, sure I was feeling great. And half of Shaggin Wexford came in to celebrate. Not long after that I had a new suit on me back. A brand new Jeep outside the door with a telephone on the rack. The wife was wearing a blondie wig where her grey head used to be, and the Wellington tracks had disappeared from just below her knee. Oh, I sat there admiring the new dress that she wore, her lovely set of teeth she had installed the day before. I held her oh so tightly, like when I was a groom, and we looked rich and graceful as we waltzed around the room. It was then I got an awful shock, sure I thought that I might die, as I spied me ugly missus as I opened up one eye. With the rollers in her old grey head, she nearly made me sick. Get up, she, and meet the cows, you raving lunatic. Oh, it was then I realised that it was all a dream. Sure, the cows were bawling in the field, and the cat was at the cream. Me bike was through against the hedge, me old bridges hung from the line. But 'twas lovely while it lasted, that winning dream of mine.
Yes, you could.
I'm the kind of babe that you might well look down on, but my value will increase at the time of my decease. For when I grow up I want to be a Barron. If you kill me for my meat, you won't find me very sweet. On your palate I'm afraid I'll soon turn sour. But if you do me in for the sake of my big skin, then you'll find I'll make a tasty little Barron. Now my parents, Bill and Nan, do not approve my plan to become a yoke for every yoke to pound on. But sure, I would sooner scamper with a bang than with a whimper and achieve reincarnation as the Barron. I look forward to the day when I live up Hayton Day and become a drum to entertain a crowd on. And I make my presence felt to be well-delivered belt as a fully qualified and licensed Barron. Now 'tis when I'm killed and cured, my career will be assured. I will be in skin you'll find no scum nor hair on, and with studs around me rim, I'll be sound in wind and limb, and I'll make a dandy handy little Barron. Now my heart with joy expands when I dream of far-off lands, and consider all the streets that I will sound on. And I pity my poor ma, who was never at her glad, or indulge in foreign travel as a Barron. So if ever you feel low, to a session you should go, and you'll bring me there to exercise an hour on. You can strike a mighty thump on me belly, back or rump, but I thank you if you'd wait till I'm a Barron.
My love that night, for it's down in yonder valley, I will make it for by and by. for his down in yonder valley, I will meet my heart tonight. Oh, Molly lovely, Molly, go on when for the rosy light. As I was going to man's last Sunday, and a colleague, she passed me by. For I know her mind was altered by the rolling of her eye. For I know her mind was altered to a lad of a high degree. Oh, Molly,